listening to Pet Candy.
You are listening to Pet Candy Magazine, February 2021. Welcome to the world of pet candy. Dr. Jill Lopez, Editor-in-Chief. This month, we are introducing you to America's sweetheart, Tatiana Rogers. Tatiana's interest in animals began at an early age. She spent her childhood looking for ways to help injured wildlife and stray animals that crossed her path. Raised by a single mother and her grandparents, and living in a low-income minority neighborhood of South Central Los Angeles, she attended school in a predominantly white area in Santa Monica. At school, she felt like an outsider and was ashamed of her heritage. She tried to conceal who she was so she could fit in with other students. She didn't want anyone to know that she spoke Spanish, and she straightened her naturally curly hair. As she matured, she realized the mistake she was making and vowed to never again be ashamed of who she was. Now a second-year veterinary student at Colorado State University, she uses her social platforms to give a glimpse of vet student life to the world, including hosting a podcast, Vet Candy IRL, with two other veterinary students, Shannon Gregoire and Lexi Rodriguez. The podcast hosts celebrate inspirational role models, and Tatiana hopes her efforts inspire others to choose a similar path. We all have plenty to learn from Tatiana. I hope her story inspires you to dream big and never let anyone stop you from being your beautiful self. Meet Tatiana Rogers, America's Sweetheart, by A.M. Kuska. Tatiana is a fresh new face in the world of veterinary medicine. She recently completed business school and received her Master's of Business Administration through Colorado State University's dual degree program, and she is working toward becoming a veterinarian from there. She is currently in her second year as a veterinary student at CSU and is passionate about bringing real change to veterinary medicine. In particular, Tatiana hopes to improve the mental health of vet students by combating mental health problems in the veterinary world and by encouraging vet students to strike a healthy balance between school and their personal lives. She models this on her Instagram page, showing that a life in veterinary medicine can be balanced with other interests. In her case, this means fitness, enjoying the great outdoors, and a generally healthy lifestyle. On top of a balanced lifestyle, she is also an advocate for women in medicine and has spoken out against gender inequities. Tatiana's interest in veterinary medicine began at an early age. Raised by a single mother and her grandparents, she spent her younger days looking for ways to help injured wildlife and stray animals that crossed her path. She completed her undergraduate studies at University of San Diego, where she pioneered a student organization called Student Outreach and Recruitment. This organization, now multi-collegiate in size, increases awareness of private college opportunities to underrepresented students. This program also helps provide resources to minorities to improve student retention, helping more minorities successfully complete their degrees. Tatiana has also aimed her efforts to nurture emotional health specifically to help minorities cope in veterinary medicine. She has shared mental health tips with the Latina vet med community on Instagram and continues to support the community in any way she can. As the grandchild of Mexican immigrants, she has blazed a path for others who want to join veterinary medicine without falling into the depression that often befalls those in care fields. Her path has been very non-traditional, with a major in communications studies and 3 gap years while she completed prerequisites and obtained veterinary experience to apply to veterinary school. She is now living her dream as a veterinary student and is focused on her future as a veterinary entrepreneur. The world of veterinary medicine will no doubt benefit from Tatiana joining the ranks of veterinary professionals, but it's already changing for the better thanks to her. She is a superstar in the veterinary world and has already made exciting and beneficial contributions. Why Pets Are the New Pink by A.M. Kuska. If you've noticed a lot more people walking their dogs lately, you're not imagining things. Pets have soared in popularity recently. Animal shelters are adopting out their strays. Puppies from litters are booked out for years, and even more exotic pets are becoming normal. Part of the reason for this surge in pet ownership is that we're spending more time at home. Quarantine, working from home, and even spells of illness have made homes feel empty, especially if you lived alone to begin with. Study after study has shown that pets are good for both our physical and emotional well-being. They help reduce stress, anxiety, and loneliness. These are all big reasons people are adopting pets, even if they weren't really pet people before. Pets are here to stay. While the new pet boom started with the pandemic, Spencer Williams, CEO of Westpaw, a popular dog product company, says the popularity of pets is likely here to stay. This trend of more pets in the home, spending more time with pets, and taking better care of them is going to continue for a long time, he said in an interview with CNN Business. I think the pet space, in particular, is going to see years of significant growth that started around the pandemic. It's normal for people to nest at home during tough times, and 2020 has been one of the toughest years we've seen recently. People who have never owned pets before are seeing the need for a furry, feathered, or scaly friend and are learning the joys of pet ownership for the first time. Pets are amazing creatures, and it's great that so many people are discovering the joy in living with them. Make These Easy Valentine's Day Treats by Caitlin Chiari, registered dietitian nutritionist. Valentine's Day can be both sweet and healthy. Try this recipe for double chocolate cereal treats. They are terrific no-bake, whole-grain snacks to make for your friends. Adapted from myrecipes.com. Ingredients: 2 cups miniature marshmallows, 2 tablespoons unsalted butter, 1 tablespoon unsweetened cocoa, 1/4 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1/8 teaspoon salt, 3 cups whole grain cereal, such as Kashi Go Lean, 1/2 cup carob chips. Instructions: combine the marshmallows, butter, cocoa, vanilla extract, and salt in a large microwave-safe bowl. Microwave on high for 1 minute. Remove bowl from microwave. Stir with a large rubber spatula coated with cooking spray until smooth. Stir in cereal and then carob chips. Lightly pack the cereal mixture into a heart-shaped silicone muffin mold. Stick in the freezer for a few minutes until firm. 5 Reasons to Date a Guy with a Cat by A.M. Kuska. When a man says he owns a cat, many people are quick to form opinions of his personality. Not all of them are flattering, and sometimes they're even downright insulting. Men who own cats make great partners. Here are 5 reasons why. They are sensitive to moods. Have you ever dated a man who seemed oblivious to whether you were sad, gleeful, or steaming mad? Men aren't always gifted with the ability to sense changes in emotion. But if he is a cat person, He's fine-tuned to those mood changes. Cat men are loyal. Cats don't offer up their love to simply anyone. To get their love, you have to earn it. Cats live a long time, so by taking one into his home and winning its affection, a man is committing to a relationship that will likely be well over a decade long. They are willing to get their hands dirty. Having a cat means getting up close and personal with a litter box. If you've ever dated someone who couldn't be bothered to take out the trash or help out with the gross stuff left in the sink's drain, no worries. This man has already proven he can handle it. Cat men understand consent. There is nothing a cat can teach men better and faster than what consent really means. One does not simply start rubbing a cat's tummy without first making very sure that the cat wants its tummy rubbed. To do otherwise is to be taught a painful lesson from a disapproving cat. Consent from cats can change in an instant as well, so a man will be sure to learn what no means. He's okay with independence. Cats do things in their own time and in their own way. If a man owns a cat, chances are he's going to be cool with women who have an independent streak too. If you want to feel free to go out for a night with the girls and not feel guilty about it, a cat man is the way to go. Men who own cats are unique and are definitely worth dating. Although there's no guarantee that you and he, or more realistically, you and he and his cat, will have a connection, there's no reason to run away if he happens to be a cat person. Make your pet's Valentine's Day sweeter with these DIY projects. Renee Michelle. With pets often comes pet furniture, dog beds and crates, cat scratching posts and trees. These large pieces of furniture are essential and are often expensive. Luckily, if you're willing to put in some elbow grease, there are plenty of creative options you can make for your pet. Here are some of our favorites. Recycled tire bed. If your pet could use a raised bed, making one from a recycled tire is a really neat option. This bed takes about 2 hours to make. You'll need a tire, spray paint, something to clean the tire, a round dog bed that fits inside the tire, and sticky felt pads. Scrub the tire clean, let it dry, and then spray paint it the color of your choice. Once the paint is dry, stick the felt pads on one side so it won't scratch your floors, and stuff the bed inside. You're done. Cat window basket. Your dog isn't the only one who would love a new bed. Your cat will have a new favorite perch if you make this window basket for her. You'll need a basket, plywood cut 2 inches smaller than the basket, and some shelf brackets. To assemble, simply install the shelf brackets below the window and screw the plywood on top. Place the basket on top of that. To secure the basket, you can drill holes in the plywood and zip tie the basket or use your own method. Throw a blanket in there, and you'll have kitty heaven. Cardboard cat house. Cats love sleeping in cardboard boxes, but the boxes don't usually look that great scattered around your home. With a little crafting, however, you can turn an ordinary cardboard box into a magnificent house for your pet. There are a lot of really cute pet furniture ideas out there if you're willing to put in a little work. Before you buy, see what you can do with your own hands. Check out the Renee Michelle Show exclusively on Pet Candy TV for some more fun do-it-yourself projects. Looking for love? Check out Dig, the dog person's dating app. Do you live a dog-forward lifestyle? You're like us if you're always looking for ways to get dogs in your life, lingering near the dog park's fence and repeatedly offering to dog sit while your friends are away. If you're lucky enough to own a pup, you know that romances never work out with someone who is not as into your dog as you are. Dig is a dating app built to connect dog people based on what's most important to us. Founders Leigh and Casey Isaacson created Dig after being duped by fake dog lovers too many times. After a relationship ended when a guy refused to let the world's cutest dog, Layla, into his apartment, Casey wanted to be sure she could find someone who would love her dog as much as she does. Dig is a community of people who care deeply about dogs, whether they're dog owners now or want to get a dog with someone in the future. To dog people, it doesn't matter who starts the conversation, what mutual hobbies they have, or who they know in common. But they have to dig dogs. Check it out at digdate.com. Easy Ways to Make Fitness Fun by Arlene Torres. Is the only workout you are getting these days walking from one room to another? That is not exercise. Check your Fitbit and see. Fitness is important for a productive and happy person. You know it, you want to do it, but maybe you don't have the time? Are you stuck between deciding whether to spend another hour at work or take the Zumba class you've been eyeing? Well, if you want to feel better, physical strength and fitness play a key role. When you exercise, you will feel pumped with the increased serotonin in your system. You'll experience more strength, agility, and enthusiasm from 30 minutes of exercise each day. Definitely check with your physician before starting any type of exercise regimen. Here are some ways to pack some fitness into your packed schedule. Go for HIIT. Not much time for a workout? Try high-intensity interval training, HIIT, which crunches intense workout into a small time frame. A mere 20 minutes are enough for a power-packed workout, and the regular exercise even helps with better sleep. Have a locker at the gym. Don't waste any time in packing and unpacking the gym bag. Instead, rent a locker to keep everything you need there. Every minute counts, doesn't it? A locker comes with the added advantage of not needing to break your back, literally carrying heavy bags. Quickie Workouts. Why wait to get a solid hour to work out? If you have 15 minutes, squeeze in a short yoga session or just do some weights or a quick sprint. Short bursts of exercise once or twice a day are good enough to keep you ticking. Walk. Sitting on your bottom will not make matters better. It will just make your back worse. Try and walk every 30 minutes or so. Take the stairs, park farther away so you can walk more. Get off one stop before to get a walk to work. These are all tricks to walk it up. Your circulation gets a boost, and so does your mood. Go full body. Instead of focusing on one body section as they do in structured workouts at gyms and in personal training, go for full body toning and exercising because you are short on time. Go for a swim if you like, because there's no better full body workout. You can also try variations of burpees. Dance it up. If the regular workouts bore you and you are facing lack of motivation to do them, go for a spicier version of workout, like any dance-based exercise like Zumba or belly dancing. The dance entertains you and the moves make you fit. Variety is the spice of life. TV fitness. Say yes to watching TV and your favorite shows, but not like a couch potato. Make it fitness time. If you have a treadmill at home, place it facing the TV and hop on while you watch your favorite show. Otherwise, do a mini HIIT routine during each commercial break. Use the desk time. Sitting at your desk can be converted into some fun workouts too. The idea is to steal whatever little time there is, right? So go for some stapler curls or shoulder shrugs, or even some yogic breathing exercises for a calmer and a happier you.
We'll be right back with more pet candy. Pet Candy Radio delivers world-class content with engaging voices and inspirational messages curated by a network of top influencers and experts. Stream 24/7 at mypetcandy.com.
Five Ways to Chill Out After a Stressful Day by Shannon Gregoire. Let's face it, life these days is very stressful. From trying to stay focused during the day and trying to keep up with life's responsibilities, we all have our hands full. It is important to allow our brains to properly reset. Here's a list of my personal go-tos that help me chill out after a particularly stressful day. Frozen yogurt. There is a chain froyo place that myself and my roommates would go to together to indulge on a little frozen treat. There are options for calorie-conscious and dairy-free consumers as well, so anyone can use this trick. Finding a small treat to reward yourself after a hard day is a great way to lift your spirits. Remember to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Yoga class. If you have a gym membership, chances are they offer some sort of yoga classes during the day. If not, there are plenty of options on YouTube. My favorite is Cat Meffin. Yoga classes focus on body consciousness, breathing techniques, and allowing your mind to develop self-awareness, all of which help to reduce stress and will allow you to relax from a busy day. Take a walk through nature. Nothing quite compares to the feel of sand between your toes, or even fresh green grass. Our deep connection with nature is ever present in our lives, and sometimes we just need a little extra time to take in the beauty that surrounds us. Sometimes all you need is a breath of fresh air, a breeze through your hair, and the sun shining on your face. Talk to family and/or friends. This one is particularly helpful for a stressful day. Whether it's a video chat or phone call, hearing and seeing a loved one's familiar voice or face can be just what you need to feel closer to the ones who mean the most to you. Take a bubble bath. Find yourself a bath bomb, a candle, and your favorite TV show /playlist/movie and draw a hot bath. The hot water will be very relaxing if you're tired and sore, with the aromatherapy is heavenly. Remember that there will be good and bad days, but you can always learn something from every experience. It's okay to take a step back, breathe, reevaluate, and indulge in some self-care. Men are tuning into Insta-spiration. New research confirms men and teenage boys are affected by Instagram influencers who set global benchmarks for ideal body shape, fashion, and even facial trends. While perhaps not as focused on thinness as women appear to be, males are responding to the body image and fitness messages shared by Instagram leaders, some with millions of followers, according to a Flinders University study. This may mean men are less exposed to some of the negatives of social media, but it confirms the influence of Fitspiration, Fitspo, and body image on this online platform, says psychology professor Marika Tigman and co-author Isabella Anderberg in a new paper in Body Image. Despite the rise in use of social media, there haven't been many studies into its effect on men, And our new study found there are similarities and differences between women and men, says Tiegemann, who has extensively researched the power of social media images on body image, eating, and other behaviors in women. While participants all had some vulnerable responses to some types of social media imagery, results typically obtained for women cannot simply be generalized to men. Anderberg says the new study shows a high level of response to Fitspiration goals via Instagram influencers. It is interesting that both the Fitspiration and fashion images made participants feel more inspired to exercise, and we have certainly seen a rise in men following international Fitspo and professional sporting hero influencers. The Flinders research studied responses from 300 adult men in the U.S., aged 18 to 30, who were randomly shown images of bare-chested, Fitspiration, clothed, fashion, and control images, similar to those posted by Instagram influencers. It found that exposure to bare-chested and muscular images resulted in significantly lower body satisfaction relative to viewing clothed fashion images or scenery images. It's important to expand this research, including the Bro-Tox facial ideals set in social media, which are leading to more men reportedly using skin products and even cosmetic fillers and Botox to keep up with influencers, Anderberg adds. Simple ways to give back to your community. Giselle Richardson. Many of us love our communities and want to give back to them, but it may not be obvious what is needed or what you can do. This is especially true at a time when few volunteer options are available due to COVID-19. Here are a few ways you and your team can give back, even during the middle of a pandemic. Plant a tree. It may not seem like much, but planting a tree can do your neighborhood a world of good. A tree growing by the curb can provide much coveted shade for parking, and green space is well known to help reduce stress and boost mood. It may also cool off your neighborhood, as planted areas tend to be cooler than those that are not. Donate to a food pantry. Now, more than ever, people need food assistance. Many food pantries are reporting a huge increase in demand, but either they can't access food due to shortages, or they don't have enough funds to supply those who need it most. Donating to a local pantry can help your community's most vulnerable people, and nothing is more important than that. Help around the neighborhood. Does your elderly neighbor need help with lawn mowing? Do you know someone who needs help getting to a doctor appointment? Or a young mother trying to manage kids and tend to the household essentials? While you will have to decide for yourself how close you want to get to your neighbors, providing simple services on an as-needed basis can really help. It's more important than ever to stick together during this pandemic. Small gestures can make a big difference in your neighborhood, and they will certainly help you grow a stronger and happier community. First study on human-grade dog food says whole, fresh food is highly digestible. Pet owners are increasingly treating their fur babies like members of the family. In response, some pet food companies are developing diets that more closely resemble human food, incorporating human-grade meat and vegetables that pass USDA quality inspections. Until now, little research has been done on these foods. A new study from the University of Illinois shows these diets are not only highly palatable, they are also more digestible than originally estimated. The researchers tested 6 commercial dog foods from a company that claims to use only USDA-certified ingredients in its diets. Their products, similar to a handful of other niche companies and subsidiaries, are formulated using minimally processed, human edible ingredients, such as rice, carrots, broccoli, chicken, lamb, and others in a kind of casserole. Each diet is also supplemented with human-quality vitamins and minerals to ensure it qualifies as complete and balanced for pets. The researchers determined the chemical composition of the 6 diets, as well as their nutrient and amino acid digestibility and energy content. In order to avoid the confounding effects of gut microbial activity, they fed each diet to surgically altered roosters lacking ceca, or microbial pouches. Ultimately, all the diets were highly digestible. Amino acid digestibility was also very high, over 85% for most of the indispensable amino acids, indicating high protein quality. This can translate to low stool volume, which is welcome news for most dog owners. New study sheds light on homemade diets. The study, published in the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association, is thought to be the first to examine homemade recipes for healthy adult cats. Researchers evaluated 114 recipes from online sources and books, written by both non-veterinarians and veterinarians. 40% of the recipes did not provide any feeding instructions, and the remainder of them lacked detail or were unclear. Only 94 recipes provided enough information for computer nutritional analysis, and of those, none of them provided all the essential nutrients to meet the National Research Council's recommended allowances for adult cats, said leading author Jennifer Larson, a veterinary nutritionist with the UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine. Recipes lacked nutrients regardless of the source or whether they were written by veterinarians, although those authored by veterinarians had fewer deficiencies in essential nutrients. Most recipes were lacking concentrations of 3 or more nutrients, with some lacking adequate amounts of up to 19 essential nutrients. Furthermore, many recipes had severe deficiencies, providing less than 50% of the recommended allowances of several essential nutrients, including choline, iron, zinc, thiamine, vitamin E, and manganese. Whether these recipes would harm cats would vary based on feeding instructions, the length of time the cat has been on the diet, the health of the cat, and the degree of the recipe's nutritional deficiency. Researchers found just 5 recipes, all from veterinarian authors, that met all but one of the essential nutrients.
We'll be right back with more pet candy.
Hi everyone, Dr. Hunter Finn here. You might have seen me on TikTok or Instagram at Dr. Hunter Finn. I want to tell you about my new podcast, The Dr. Hunter Finn Show, on Pet Candy. This show is about things that interest me, bringing the most interesting news and events to you, and talking to really interesting and inspiring people who are trying to make this world a better place. Check me out on iTunes or a podcast platform of your choice.
7% of the recipes called for ingredients that are potentially toxic to cats, including garlic or garlic powder, onions, and leeks. Researchers also found recipes that called for raw animal products without mentioning potential risks of bacterial contamination. Some recipes that included bones neglected to mention the importance of grinding them to prevent gastrointestinal tears. Larson said there was a big surge in cat owners switching to homemade cat food recipes after toxic substances were found in commercial pet food imported from China more than a decade ago. Some cat owners choose homemade recipes because they want more control over their cat's diet. Others believe their cat should have a vegetarian diet or one with sustainably sourced or organic ingredients. Larson said cat owners should be cautious about homemade recipes. Homemade diets are not necessarily better, said Larson. If you are going to use one, you have to make sure you do it safely, and they should be balanced and appropriate for your individual cat. Larson said cat owners should not be afraid of commercial diets, but she recommends cat owners who desire a homemade diet consult with a board-certified veterinary nutritionist. They specialize in formulating homemade diets for pets. Could grain-free pet food cause heart disease in pets? In September 2020, FDA joined scientific experts from academia, industry, and veterinary medicine in a scientific forum where scientists could share information, collaborate, and discuss many different and even conflicting theories on dilated cardiomyopathy in dogs, including whether it could be caused by diet. The FDA compiled answers to address some of the frequently asked questions. What is canine dilated cardiomyopathy? DCM. DCM is a disease of a dog's heart muscle and results in an enlarged heart. As the heart and its chambers become dilated, it becomes harder for the heart to pump, and heart valves may leak, which can lead to a buildup of fluids in the chest and abdomen, congestive heart failure. Historically, DCM has been primarily linked to a genetic predisposition in certain breeds, but emerging science appears to indicate that non-hereditary forms of DCM occur in dogs as a complex medical condition that may be affected by the interplay of multiple factors such as genetics, underlying medical conditions, and diet. Aspects of diet that may interact with genetics and underlying medical conditions may include nutritional makeup of the ingredients and how dogs digest them, ingredient sourcing, processing, formulation, and/or feeding practices. 2. What is FDA doing to better understand non-hereditary DCM cases? Our veterinarians, nutritionists, epidemiologists, and pathologists have been working with veterinary cardiologists and nutritionists from academia, industry, and private practice to better understand the clinical presentation of the cases and potential ties to diet, such as bioavailability of critical nutrients and how well a dog digests these nutrients. 3. How many cases have been reported by the FDA? Between January 1, 2014 and July 31, 2020, the FDA received more than 1,100 case reports of diagnosed dilated cardiomyopathy in dogs. The majority of these cases were reported immediately after the FDA provided public updates. Some of these cases involved more than one animal from the same household. In the reported cases, more than 280 of those dogs were reported to have died. Of the approximately 20 cat reports, there were approximately 13 cat deaths. 4. Do the diets appear to be the cause? Most of the diets associated with the reports of non-hereditary DCM have legume seed ingredients, also called pulses. Example, peas, lentils, etc., high in their ingredient lists. Although soy is a legume, we did not see a signal associated with this ingredient. These include both grain-free and grain-containing formulations. Legumes, including pulse ingredients, have been used in pet foods for many years, with no evidence to indicate they are inherently dangerous. But analysis of data reported to the Center for Veterinary Medicine, CVM, indicates that pulse ingredients are used in many grain-free diets in greater proportion than in most grain-containing formulas. The FDA has asked pet food manufacturers to provide diet formulations so we can further understand the proportions of ingredients in commercially available diets and possible relationships with non-hereditary DCM. 5. Is this an issue with only grain-free diets? No. FDA has received reports of non-hereditary DCM associated with both grain-free and grain-containing diets. Most of the diets associated with reports of non-hereditary DCM have non-soy legumes and pulses, example, peas, lentils, etc., high in their ingredient lists. However, it is important to note that legumes and pulses have been used in pet foods for many years, with no evidence to indicate they are inherently dangerous. Thank you for listening to Pet Candy Magazine. We hope you enjoyed your time. Please subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with everything pet.
It's Pet Candy. Pet Candy.
Pet Candy, it's Pet Candy Radio.